Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you all are doing good. I'm doing well. In this video, I wanted to tell you guys that we have just dropped $1,500 in buying Alti. Yes, you heard it right. I'm not in favor of these kind of flashy high yield dividend income ETFs, but this was long due because this has been on my radar for a long time now, especially since they have done some reconstitution or in the month of March actually. And since then, Alti has been stabilized quite a lot. Although I'm not gonna, justify my decision here because I know this might not be the best decision considering what I do with my money and how I manage my portfolio here. But that said, I wanted to have some skin in the game on the yield max ETF sides as well. I know the dividends that Alti share is ROC, meaning return of capital. So as soon as your capital is returned, so say for example, as soon as I have made my $1,500 back from the investment, any dollar more would be taxed like a capital gain tax. So what I did is I did not buy that Alti in this portfolio. This is one of my portfolio. As you guys can see today, we are down a little bit, about $500 or $600 we're down, and the market is overall down. Nasdaq is up, but S&P 500 is down 0.15%. But I bought this in a different portfolio. So let me take you to that other portfolio. So this is the other portfolio that you see. This is again another portfolio on Robinhood, and this is our portfolio, as I said, meaning this is me and my wife's portfolio that we are managing. Again, you see things like XRP and Trump coin here. So most of them are speculative. Of course, XRP, I have high hopes with XRP. I'm currently investing in my other main portfolio in XRP on daily basis as well. But this was more of a speculative play. So here what we did is we bought Alti worth $1,500. So we dropped a couple $1,000s in XRP, and maybe there'll be a video of some other time. But then we also bought 256 shares of Alti at an average price of $6.22. We're down 0.16% or 0.24%, as you can see at the end of the market today. The total market value is close to $1,600. And why we took this decision. So Lily, you probably have heard of Alti doing some reconstitution and coming up with the planning. I don't want to bore you with the prospectus that they have. You can read it through. And Jay has appeared in many other YouTube channels to show what his stance is and what his direction is for yield max ETF. Main part of Alti was to see the performance overall in the past 3 months or so since the reconstitution has happened. And what we have seen since Alti has now giving distributions every single week, it is hovering around 10 cents, 9 to 10 cents. Sometimes it goes down to 8 cents, but then again, sometimes it goes over 11 cents. So right about 9.5 cents per week for each share. So that is a good return on investment. So adding that or reinvesting that kind of money on weekly basis would definitely help us grow our portfolio with the number of shares of Alti. And not only that, the next week's payments will be higher from the previous week, considering everything is constant, right? And again, we may see some NAV depreciation because a lot of money has rolled into Alti, has gone past $2.2 billion in asset under management. Also, we have seen a crazy influx of money in this ETF, specifically from Yield Max, getting a lot of love overall online from retail investors as well as some of the Wall Street fans as well. So how much will we be getting paid for holding 256 shares? So what I did is since March, since they started rolling out these dividends or distributions per share for every single week since the month of March, you see all these distributions are listed here. There have been 20 distributions since then, and we have received a total of $1.91 in all of the distributions for a single share. So say all of these, if you hold one share, which you bought $6.50 or something around that, in the month of March, you would have made almost $2 off dividends or distributions. Now, an average distribution is nothing but I've calculated whatever has been mentioned here. So total distribution here, the sum of distributions plus or divided by 20, which is the number of distribution that we see here, which is 20. So roughly around 9.5 cent or 9 pennies or cents that you see here. Then we are holding 256 total shares, which will account for, if we keep this average distribution constant, which is not going to happen, but roughly around that, we will be making an expected distribution of $24.56 per week. So this distribution can go back buying us more shares, so roughly around 4 more shares. Or if not that, then we can take that money out and have a weekly burrito bowl and a meal, basically, with a kid's meal. Me and my wife can have that much income coming in expected distribution from the 256 shares of Alti that we have now in that account. But more importantly, I wanted to show you guys this number, which you will see in a minute. Expected dividends per week will be $9.21. So where is this coming from? As you see, expected distribution is over $24, then why or how come it is coming at $9.21? Why this is because what I'm doing here, if you look at the formula that I have put here, is E2, the value of total expected distribution, minus 25%. So Uncle Sam, of course, not gonna take 25% in the first year or until the ROC is met. As I explained earlier, return on your investment, basically what you have contributed, so return of contribution, and then once that is paid, then you will be taxed. And I'm roughly speculating it to be 25%, so I'm doing that. So E2 minus E2 times 25%, and that would give us a number that is then divided by 2, meaning in the year when we see NAV depreciation. Because what has happened is NAV has been stable for the last 4 months, but if you think about it, we have seen some crazy number of influx of money in this specific ETF. And if that were not to happen again, which is highly likely that that's not going to happen again in the next 4 months, then what we would see is NAV depreciation. So NAV depreciation of 50% I have counted here, and then on top of that 25% paying to Uncle Sam, then we are left with $9.21. So this will be our take home money. So I'm hoping over $10 at least for $1,500 that we have invested, $10 a week. But then this is a really, really conservative way of doing things, because initially we won't be paying taxes, and once we start paying taxes, we will see some NAV depreciation, which I'm doing 50%. So that accounts for $9.21. And that is how much we will be making with our 256 shares that we just bought today. So I hope you guys will like this video. If you like to see my main portfolio and follow my journey there, that is the portfolio that I'm building to have a financial independence and maybe retire early if I want. But financial independence is the focus of that portfolio. So give me a subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care of yourself and people around you. Goodbye.